What's up, everybody? I'm sure you're aware of how important page speed is for your website, your blog, your e-commerce site. So I want to show you a couple free plugins that I use every time I make a website, and their settings so that I can boost the page speed as it's reflected on GTmetrix and Google Page Speed Insights. Stick around, I'm going to show you some of the free plugins that I use and their settings. One of the first plugins you're going to want to download when optimizing your site for speed is EWWW Image Optimizer. Type that into the search bar and download this plugin here. What it does is it reduces the file sizes of your images, making your website load a little bit faster. Now, it doesn't affect the images on your website themselves. It just makes the files smaller, like I said, to make the images appear a little bit quicker than before. So once it's installed, you want to hit activate. Let's go into the settings. We don't need to change very much on the settings here. The basic settings are as appropriate as they need to be. What you need to make sure is that lazy load is ticked here. Improves actual and perceived loading times, as images will be loaded only as they enter the viewport, which means if there's an image below what we're seeing right now, you can only see it once you scroll. The website won't load it until somebody scrolls down, making the first parts here appear a lot faster. So you want to make sure you save those changes, and that's the first free plugin that speeds up your site. The next plugin you want to download to optimize your speed is Autoptimize. What it does is it gets rid of any unnecessary JavaScript and CSS on the back end of your website. Most people don't know how to go into the coding of their website and clear it up themselves, so they use a plugin like Autoptimize to do it for them. That's one of the reasons it has over 1 million active installations. So if you download this to your website and hit activate, let's make sure we have the right settings for our websites. We want to go right into settings here. First, we want to optimize JavaScript code and make sure aggregate JavaScript files is also turned on. Then scroll down to CSS options, optimize CSS code as well. We want our CSS to be optimized by the plugin, as well as inline all CSS. Finally, we want to optimize HTML code. And what happens here sometimes with miscellaneous options, this section of the plugin itself doesn't work with every theme available through WordPress. So some people have had downloaded this plugin before and then found their website to be completely broken. If that happens to you, come back in here and untick this box here. Other than that, save changes and empty cache. We move into images. Now this also has an option for lazy load images, but we used EWWW optimizer for that because it works quite a lot better than Autoptimize for images. And finally, we want to move over to extra and hit this button here to combine load fonts asynchronously with web font JavaScript. You want to save changes on that, and your Autoptimize is set up the best way you can for page speed. The next plugin you're going to want to download is WP Super Cache. So let's get started with that now, and I'll show you the settings. Once you've downloaded it, you want to activate it. And let's scroll down here and go into settings. As you can see here, if you just installed WP Super Cache for the first time, you can dismiss this message. So let's get rid of that. Now we want to make sure our caching is on. Hit update status. And let's make sure the settings are turned on in advanced as well. So caching, enable caching needs to be turned on. Delivery method symbol as it's recommended. If you scroll down here, the only thing you need to change is compressed pages so they're served more quickly to visitors, as it's recommended as well, and 304 browser caching. If you scroll down a little bit more to advanced, you do want to check extra homepage checks very occasionally, so again, as it's recommended. If you go further down, there are other options here that I don't ever use, but just the ones that I showed you before are enough to really speed up your website. Okay guys, so now we got the plugins installed. We want to use GTmetrix one more time to check the page speed of our site. Let's plug in the URL, hit test site, and see what kind of score we get. If you found any value in this video, make sure you leave a like and a subscribe. I'm going to keep making these videos for you guys. Every like that I get helps this tiny channel grow. Hopefully gets a little bit bigger and picks up some steam. This video itself is just specifically about helping you increase your page speed with a couple of simple free plugins from WordPress. Okay, as you see, the grade we got was an A. Our page speed was just about 1.5 seconds, and the overall performance was a 91. I think that's a big success. What you want to do is retest the site a couple times to get a real average of the page speed. And once again, if you got value from this website, leave a like. It helps a lot. Thanks, and see you in the next video.